to answer your question more directly, if you are pivoting in any career and you're moving into another one where you're, for lack of a better term, starting from the bottom, what you want to do is then do your research, right, on the different types of law firms that you're applying to for articles positions. Perhaps what are the salary scales? Once you have a sense of the salary scales, you have a better sense of, okay, so what kind of preparation do you need to do in advance to get you prepared for that 2 year or 1 year of articles, in which I assume you would probably be taking a pay cut. So all it is really is that research, and that it's researching and understanding where am I going and why, which is why I touched on the point around the why. Where are you and why? What are you actually headed towards? So what's your goal?
There are so many. There's an oversupply of law graduates entering the market every day. And so you need to find a way to distinguish yourself, and you need to find a way for the person hiring you to say that I want to work with that person. And oddly enough, it's things like the fact that you love going on, hikes, or the fact that you had a passion project at varsity, or the fact that you're into sports, that tend to form a connection with people behind just the black and white letter of your CV.
The first gatekeeper, I suppose, in HR, I think they would look at your marks and then send to us, okay, look, we've picked up this lot of CVs, and then we would read the CV and at the same time. So my experience personally is also with the face-to-face interview. But I do think a range of experiences is good. Like I say, if you have the opportunity to travel, go and do it. A level of maturity is also highly valued, because, like I say, you're working with these people every day. You want someone that is mature enough to be self-motivated, to take on tasks without you having to sort of hover over them the whole time. And that's not to say that there won't be training. There's always training. But yeah, so I think just generally, obviously, good marks and a range of experiences, leadership positions, someone who's a bit of a go-getter, someone who's willing to put themselves out there, to commit to something and to give it their all. And you can see that through other various activities, perhaps, that someone's done that you put on your CV.
What I would say off the top of my head is, to just reach, do your research online, reach out to people, have conversations, maybe do a trip to Joburg or a trip to Cape Town, reach out to people that just be as proactive as you can in trying to expand your network. We live in an age where you actually don't need to necessarily travel like you used to have to travel to be able to expand your network, but it does mean that you have to be more proactive, and you need to offer some value to people when you're reaching out. You need to have something to say and something to propose that you discuss. So I would just recommend that you just try and be as proactive as possible. And whatever opportunities come your way, if they involve you getting out of your small town or expanding from your small town, jump at them, grab them with both hands and run with them.
I don't think there's anybody today who's going to talk to you about law without mentioning technology. And maybe you've heard this before, but I'll say it again. AI steal your job, but somebody who can work with AI and use it as a tool is going to get a job or take your job. What do you do with opportunity? You've got to make the most out of it. And to do that, you've got to be fierce in pursuing your goals. There's nobody in the legal profession that's going to teach you to do that. You won't have mentors that's going to teach you how to do that. That's got to be something that is what wakes you up in the morning, day in and day out, that you are going to be the driver of your own success. And the other thing that you need to keep in mind with opportunity is be deliberate.
Talk about what you're doing. Share knowledge. also share value, because if we did not invest in those relationships, we cannot go and withdraw from that investment account. So deal with your relationships in that way, and not everyone may come back and give back to you, but that you've passed forward. But that is some of my hacks that I've learned and that has worked for me.
I mean, my suggestion, if at all possible, is not to go into things like a master's or even a PhD without having spent a little bit of time in the real world. A couple of years in practice, seeing, kind of surveying the field, exploring where your interests are, seeing how things practically is hugely beneficial. And when it comes to kind of deciding on a thesis topic, or even at master's level or later at PhD level, having had experience in legal practice is immensely beneficial.
The most important thing is that you want to get on your feet. So you want to be in court on your feet, arguing as soon as possible.
Do your job.
In order to do that, you need to make yourself available. So how do you do that? You're at chambers, you are connecting with other colleagues, you are offering to do with other people. And ultimately, that's how your practice grows. As I said, it grows quite organically in that way. But it's also so important to be available and to accept briefs, even if you don't feel like it's potentially the type of work that you want to be doing.
Do your job.
Because you want to be in court on your feet, developing your own style, but also developing relationships with judges. Judges need to learn who you are, they need to learn to trust you, and your colleagues need to also learn who you are.
Be yourself, always be honest, work hard, walk the extra mile, and you'll always end up where you have to be. Training and seminars, do them. You're never too old to do them. We had a partner when I started as a candidate attorney. He said, he was 66. He was a consultant already retired. He said, I'm still learning. You guys are an instant generation. You know everything tomorrow. You're not going to know everything even if you're 70. Just keep learning, know that you don't know everything, and use every opportunity you can to do training, attend training, write exams, whatever you need to do to better yourself.
It really is understanding that there are so many different ways that you can stay within the legal industry as opposed to just being a traditional lawyer. I find this to be so exciting for our South African graduates, because from my experience, there's a very, very large market for this internationally. Right now, all of my legal analysts work on matters that are based out of the UK, the US, and Australia. And I think to come out of your final year of university, get into an international law firm that's allowing you to learn these international ways of work, and also delve into technology and AI innovation, it's really a massive opportunity, and it allows you as a graduate to start thinking about, what kind of lawyer do I want to be? Or even if I don't want to be a lawyer, what kind of legal professional do I want to be? And understanding that there's so many opportunities for you to add value to the industry, while perhaps not going the associate, senior, partner level.